Hey guys, I just uploaded a video about a small Nissan cargo van to give you a visual inspiration on something you could live out of. I've done those before with the Ford Transit and other little cargo vans. So, what came to my mind as I was driving, I just pulled over into a rest area to document my thoughts. I think it would be better for a woman to live out of a van rather than a car. And here's why. The One of the biggest obstacles you face in living full time out of a car is going to the bathroom. Now, for me, for a male, it's easier for a male because all I do is I'm in my back seat, I pull out my Johnson, and I pee in a water jug. You know what I mean? So a woman, because of her private parts and how they're angled, will have a little bit harder time to do that safely and neatly. So the van, even if you can't stand all the way up in it, what it gives you is it gives you the ability to squat. And I'm talking to adults here. For people that want to laugh about this and joke, you know what I mean, go kick rocks. This is for people that get inspired living a nomadic life. I still get inspired talking about living out of a car. I got inspired yesterday going to an RV show. I just got inspired by making a video about living out of a van. I live full time out of my Jeep Renegade. I've done so for about a year, and I still get inspired. That the inspiration comes, even if you can't relate from living out of a car, the inspiration comes from living a simple life. Even if you decide not to live out of a car, living a simple life has given me such mental freedom. In addition to financial freedom, it's just centered around less cares, less things that can go wrong. Life is still going to be a level of stressful. I'm never going to mislead you in saying that if you live a certain lifestyle, you'll never have to deal with stress. There's always going to be a level of stress. I'm also responsibly saying not everyone should live out of a car, but I am saying everyone should live as simply as possible. I get inspired. It's freedom. It's freedom. That being said, this video was specifically to document my thoughts. And my thoughts are this. First and always, do what you want. It's your life and you know you better than me. Okay? So that being said, from my experience, I have some experience here. I lived out of a car for a year. For a male, I live out of a Jeep Renegade. For a male, I think it's easier to live out of a car or SUV because of one of the main obstacles, again, is going to the bathroom. Also, another obstacle is heating and cooling, okay? Those are basically your triangle. Going to the bathroom, heating and cooling, those are the biggest things that living in a car, it's the downside, okay? But for a male, it's easier to pee because you have your private parts where you can just flop it in a jug. And for a woman, you have to angle, so you have to squat. So you can do that in a van. Also, for a woman, I think, temperature may play more of a part for a female. You may not want to be freezing in the winter. You may not want to, be naked in your car with a fan blowing up your butt. You may want a little bit more comfort. So a van, even if you can't fully stand up in it, such as a Transit or the Nissan or Dodge Master, the different small little cargo vans that allow you to be stealth, that don't make you over financially commit. You can't stand in them, but you can squat, and you can put also a Mr. Buddy heater in something like that. You can also, maybe rig up a couple fans and put like a water mister on those fans, and that will make the temperature in the car at night, even when you don't have any hookups or anything like that, but it'll level out that temperature because, in my experience, I grew up with all women. Females are a little bit more situated around there. They need the temperature to be at certain comfort levels for them to be happy and to be in a good place mentally. And part of living, a nomadic life, if it inspires you, is you want to be in a good mental place and you want to make it enjoyable. So I really think for a woman, living out of a small cargo van may be better than a car SUV. Something where you can set up a bathroom and you can squat. Because of the way a female's private parts are, you're going to need to be able to squat to pee comfortably. And also because a female may tend to want better heating and cooling conditions, you can use a Mr. Buddy heater. You don't have to have an RV with full hookups. You don't need that. And you can, set up a couple fans with like a water mister to blow. And I think that'll keep you cool at night. I really do. You know what I mean? You could even have somebody cutting an exhaust fan in the top of the thing. But, at nighttime, temperatures drop even in the summer. And as long as you're not in any type of crazy environment, I think you would be able to get by. If living out of your car and living a downsized, simple life is for you, you'll figure out how to make it work. But that's an insight I wanted to share. I'm inspired. I still get inspired. Again, living in a car isn't for everybody. Living simply is for everybody. So don't give me a bunch of excuses. I wanted to document my thoughts for anyone interested. If you're not interested, too bad, because just making this video pushes me forward, all right? Because I'm inspired, and that's encouraging to me, and that's what I want to share. I want you to do everything responsibly. I want you to know that no one knows you better than you, so I'm just adding my perspective. You make the decision you want for your life because you're accountable for it, and I don't want you to resent me. Leaving me a message that says, Sam, you led me astray. I didn't lead you astray. I told you everything, and I put the disclaimer. Ultimately, you got to decide for you. All right? Stay inspired.